Hey guys, today I have you can look in the videos. In fact, I'll put a link, boom, right up there to the video on this generator from a long time ago. I'm going to be showing you a few tricks with this. This has been sitting in storage. Isn't that sweet looking? Ugh, God, I wonder what that is. It is a dual fuel Champion 9,000 watt. It's old. I just went through, checked the valves, good. Cleaned the spark plug, good. I haven't been using this in a long time because my big Coleman has been my welding generator, but it just threw a rod. So guess what gets digged out of the trash pile? Well, sort of, the storage anyhow. The dual fuel here. All right, so I'm going to be showing you this. Here, let me get over here right quick. Here's all my piles of stuff. I want to show you how to run that big generator off of these little bitty tanks. So if you get in an emergency situation, you see that? You can use that item right there. As well as a single tank and this item. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to use it safely. And look below the video, I'll put a link to these. These are called stake savers, but they're wonderful. They absolutely are awesome. I can run that generator for pretty much a whole welding job, you know, solar panel mounts, just off one of these. So I don't have to carry a 20-pound tank with me. Just carry a couple of these that I refill, as you notice. All right, so let's get over here on this. We're going to be showing you how to hard install a valve to drain the fuel and to bypass the fuel. And I could even add additional fuel through that source right there. Another tank if I wanted to. All right. Link to that too will be under the video in case you guys are interested. So let's get over here. We have Kara.
Hi.
And we're going to clean this beast up. You even got some bathroom cleaner. Yeah. Let's go with it. All right. Now we've got it set up and clean. As good as it's going to get. She's a little bit faded and old. Kind of like Kara here. And I'm going to be taking this plate right off here in the center. That plate comes off and we get to the fuel line, but I'm going to pull the oil here and have that in the process of changing as I am removing the plate, and I'll give her the camera to do some filming with.
And while he's removing the oil, I found a fossilized shell. I thought it was poop. I found a fossilized shell out there in the Cliche whenever I was digging a hole for a irrigation trench, and I wanted to show you it. I think it's really cool. I thought it was poop though.
That is cute.
Yes. I found a lot of them, but I've never found one like this one before.
All right.
It is so well. I just wanted to show you the fossil. It is so well preserved. I'm surprised it isn't like stuck to a giant rock or something.
All right, look down here. You'll see the oil draining out. These Champion generators are pretty good quality generators. They keep changing the models though. This is an old model. So they're continually doing this. Change with these models, and it seems to never end. And as far as I'm concerned, it lasts you 10 years, 15 years. I don't know how old this one is. I think it's a 2016 model or 15 model. So,
but when it comes to finding parts, it can become aggravating.
It can be very aggravating. So what I've done with this one, hardly any of these things whatsoever have a drain down valve. Now I've got old sour gas inside this generator, and what I need is a drain down valve, and we're going to drill a hole to put a valve in. Now that is the valve that you see over here, and we're going to install that. Now the hose that's on the generator now is just a little bit smaller, but we'll be able to get it on here with a clamp. And the valve is a three-way valve, so you'll have it to where you turn it in one direction here, and it's in the off position, and that'll be on the front of the generator. And you'll have fuel come in and fuel go out. Then you turn it this direction, and the fuel will come out, and it won't go towards the carburetor, and it'll allow it to drain out. So the fuel input, I believe, is the center, and then the two outputs. It's a three-way valve. Now, if you want to add an additional fuel tank, because you want a long time running generator, you can use this for that purpose. Just be able to switch it back and forth like that instead of refilling it all the time. Okay, so this is our valve, this is our plate, and this is worthless information because I don't speak those 12 languages. And we're going to be mounting the valve in here using a taper bit to get the valve in. And it's, I believe it looks like a 13 millimeter hole that we're going to have to drill for that. So we'll get that mounted in here. And in the meantime, come over here, Kara. We're going to be taking a jug and we're going to drain the fuel. There's the fuel line from the tank. We're going to drain the fuel and we're going to be replacing the line with a new one because this one's as old as a generator. And we're going to put a filter in it and we're going to put a 3-way valve in it. And right now it's a matter of just getting this off and drain. And I'll show you the result of that here in just a second. All right, guys, we have got the valve installed. There it is, and this right now, it's pointing to the drain, so this will be the drain, or it can also be an additional fuel tank. So if I slip this out of here, I can hook it to an additional fuel tank, and I can run this generator non-stop. In other words, this little, I don't know, 7-gallon tank, 7.5 gallon, is not the limitation anymore. All right, this valve here, the way it works, that's the drain. This goes to the carburetor in case this one here is a dual fuel. I've added a filter because it never came with one. It does have a strainer in the tank, but those are never perfect. And this is the line going to the fuel tank. This is the line going to the fuel valve. So that's the fuel valve that you normally use. And this is my 3-way valve. So fuel in, going this way, off, dumping. So I can clean out my generator's tank with something that simple. So be sure to look below the video. You'll see a link to that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all of this hooked up. Kara has already added oil. You did the oil? Yeah. All right. She's already got the oil back in it. And we're going to get this thing fired up and I'll show you the operation of it. And I'll get some close-ups inside here so you can see how. Now the reason I'm not going piece by piece and showing you is one is I got to get my arms whipped in this one. And the other reason is because yours may be different. So, but this is the idea and the plan. You want to make sure that your fuel valve is lower than your output of your tank. And this side over here, it should be equal to the original fuel line. Some of them, they almost all have a little dip in them. So this one here will have basically a line, a flat line. This one here has about an 1/8 inch of a rise on it. There's no harm done there. It actually helps if you're going to use it as an accessory tank onto it. So let me get all this installed and I'll give you an inside picture of that and a little bit of video about what it does. We'll get this thing fired up. Now over here on the other side, we have the old battery. Now this is the battery, I think from 2015. I believe that's the year model that's on that battery. It's got 12 or 15 on it, so I'd guess it about right. That's still powerful enough, I think, to start it. We're going to find out. So stay tuned. And there is the functions right there for propane and for gasoline. And if you want to, you can go look. I'll put a link to this thing. This is a pivoting adapter so that your hose don't stick straight out because that's how they get damaged. And I can put a link to that for you guys along with the different things we use for when we do the 1-pound tanks. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you will want one of those because if your tank like this goes out and the store is closed, well, you can have a few of these in a drawer in the back of your truck, you know, under a cabinet, and you can throw them on and power back up in an emergency. I bet the people in that hurricane zone wish they would have had a whole handful of these things. And you should get these along with the refill kit and learn how to do that too. And I'll put a link to that refill kit. I'll make a page just that says propane stuff, and you click on it, all of it will be on there. All right. So let's get into this and hook it up. All right. All right. So now we have the fuel hooked up to the original fuel valve. We have the line coming out of the tank going to the 3-way valve. And I'm going to turn the 3-way valve on so it starts to feed gas down to the, you'll see it going to the filter up there, okay? So we're going to turn it that way. All right, now we shall watch. Takes a second. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta turn that one on, or it can't flow. All right, there we go. All right, back in there again. Oh, man, that was quick. It's already full. All right. So now you see how that allows the fuel to go from here through here to the original valve. Now, the original valve is what you will shut on or off for normal operation. This other valve is what you can shut on or off if you want to add a extra fuel tank to it. And you can see what I use down here to plug it up. It sticks in there really well. And I can drain it by going this direction or run by that direction. And it's pretty low profile. So you see, it don't even hardly stick out at the frame here. Very close. So there's very unlikely you'll bump it or hit it. Sorry, I keep blurring. There we go. All right. So what we have is we have the gas on. Here, hold on. Hold that for me, Kara.
Okay.
We have the gas on, and we have the propane still hooked up over here. Okay. And get this out of the way over here. I've got a fan plugged in. I went ahead and added a big fan. Hold on. Big Chicago. Plugged in, and we're going to give it a shot. So, because it has not been ran in forever, get the choke on. And let's give us a crossed fingers. I got light. That means the battery's got enough power to at least run the light. Let's hope it got some power to start it. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, it don't. Run over there and grab that jump starter, Kara. Yep, thank you. All right, so we're going to put a jump starter on it. If you guys want one of these things, man, this is a good brand. I've had 3 different brands, and I tell you, this Top Don right here, look below the video. I'll put a link to that. Now, this one starts that big, huge 464 to mine if it needs it, and because it sits all the time now. So this thing here has an amazing amount of juice. And look, I ain't charged this thing in about a year. Look at that, 75%. Yeah. Not bad. Still sitting here ready. All right, so you push the little button there, and it'll come on. There it goes. All right, so now we're hot. Even the light's brighter. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Oops. Let's try it again. I ain't probably going to let the fuel run through the whole system yet, so. Close that back over there.
I said this is going to make things so much easier.
Oh, that's it. That's our biggest fan. Oh, okay, maybe you guys are. All right. Boom. Now, watch this. Kara, hold that.
So we were going to hook it up with this one, but we found a leak.
So yeah, we're going to hook up so you guys can see that you can run these generators off a little tiny 1-pound cylinder using this. And that's why I put it in that little link of stuff underneath.
Yeah.
These are freaking handy. So what happens when you run out of propane? You have a propane tank, large tank, whatever. Grab one of these, got a few of these stashed away. get it back going, charge up batteries, get your refrigerators going, whatever it takes. You can run about, I don't know, 35 to 50 minutes on one of these. Depends on your generator.
Yeah,
and make
we were
sure.
going to use that one, though. That one's leaking.
This one she found was leaking. So it's probably as old as the generator, and it needs a new gasket inside. So I just grabbed a new one. And y'all be sure you get a quality one. These here are just dirt cheap, but be sure you pick up a quality one. Flame Kings, things like that. They're pretty good quality. This is a Flame King. So,
and if you can get the bottles with the caps.
Oh, definitely. You want to order a box of the caps to go on your bottles. So when you refill your bottles, in that kit of stuff I put below the video, there'll be where you can refill your bottles. It's real easy, and you can a lot of videos on it. Refill your bottles, and then you can use these. Put the caps on them, because that little Schrader valve in there can leak. Not bad, but it can over time leak out your contents. So that will stop it from happening. Now, here's a big deal. I want you to look down the barrel of this thing, and you'll see, I'm going to twist it around here, keep you where you're at. You'll see that you can see through that. Okay, you can see all the way through that. It's a straight shot. There's no check valve in these. Do not put this on your tank first at all. You're going to first put it on your regulator like that. So I'll get mine on my regulator. Give it a good firm twist, and then you're going to put your tank onto it afterwards. Just like standard way of mounting a tank. You'll hold it squarely, and if you feel any resistance, you're cross-threading, stop, okay? You can feel it click inside. That means it's pressured up. And now we're going to fire up this generator. I'll turn the gas on. It might take one or two times because it has to get the gas through the line right here. But we're going to fire it up, running it on a 1 pound bottle. Okay, so I'll get that battery hot again. There we go. And here we go. Always hold your bottles upright. And these shut off on the propane side. The power switch that's on this actually kills the solenoid in the carburetors. When you're on propane, it'll tell you in this big thing I drilled a hole through to stop the generator, kill that, and then that. Not all of them are like that, but that's what this one is. So there you go. A quick and easy 1 pound cylinder job. Get you out of a bind real quick. And all I'm going to do is carry about 2 or 3 of these, the generator, and my welding equipment for the solar mounts that I do, where I put them in the ground and have to make my flanges to mount the arrays on. That's what the welder's for, and that's what this is for. So you guys, let's get back to the little bit. This was a cut in. Let's get back to the little bit, and don't forget, you can do it, right?
Yep.
Why can they do it?
Because you have hands.
And
free will.
And free will. Free will, guys.
God-given gift.
God-given gifts. Isn't that cool? It's so unobtrusive, out of the way. All right, let's finish this out.
Yeah,
you're like this, guys. What does this look like, Kara?
Looks like trucker pee.
That looks like trucker pee here.
Kind of smells like trucker pee, too.
Oh, man. That's 3 days on the road, ain't it?
Don't ask me how I know that.
Oh, truck. All right, so what do we got here? We're going to do this. Pull that one out of there. There we go. And I'll hold that over there. So when you want to drain your tank, come up here. Flip. Off. Drain. Now look. And if you just need a little extra gas for your lawnmower, look at that. Back off again. There it goes. All right, and then we take our little handy little plug.
Are When you're draining old gas, you don't have to disassemble the entire thing to do it anymore.
No, you do not.
That's crazy.
And there you go. Now, back over here, back to the carburetor of the generator. And of course, it will run on propane. Let's turn this on. Now, propane is on. This is how these operate. You'll turn the gas to off. So the gas is off. Switch your cover plate over. Put your propane to the on position. And then probably have to, yeah, look at that. Bad battery. So at least it tried, guys. It did click. 9-year-old battery. What do you expect, right?
Yeah.
But thankfully, I had this little top on. Because otherwise, I'd be kind of screwed on this one. There we go. Now we're going to run it on propane. In the middle, power on. There we go. That button still don't shut it off all the time.
Yeah.
There it went. All right, so guys, not hard to do and really, really, really handy. It allows you to change filters, empty the tank, use the gas that's in the tank. You know how your wife don't fill that car up sometimes? Well, the extra gas tank right there. All right, y'all be good. What you got to say, Kira? Did it work for us?
Yeah, it did. It's going to make things so much easier because we don't have to take all of that out.
Yeah, we've done that twice now, and we don't want to do that no more. This thing is, I think it's a 2015 model.
Yeah, we use generators a lot.
And when we first moved here, I probably put 2,000 hours on this thing, maybe 3,000 hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm shocked it even runs good. This is about 8th oil change. It's had maybe 9th. So...
because we kind of put it into the corner and
we shoved it in the corner in the back of the shop. So now that we got all the solar on the roof, but we still need this. I got to do welding work, and this is my best go-getter since my other one took a poof. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all be good. Y'all come back, and don't forget to subscribe. Check out that video on this generator. It's a good one.
Bye.